Hey, it's Robert. Today we have new episode of the podcast. I'm talking with Ilaya Faiq. She is originally from Azerbaijan. She is living truly nomadic lifestyle because she spends part of the year in many countries like Sweden, Latvia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, and a few others. And she's teaching English through drama to children in each of these countries. We recorded this episode when I was still in Georgia, in Batumi. Now I'm in Poland. I just finished 3-week Euro trip through Balkans. I was in Greece, Albania, Montenegro, and a few others. It was like 7 countries. And one more thing, in the middle of the podcast we have different background because we needed to just free up the space. So I hope you will enjoy it and see you every Sunday. Okay.
And you are traveling all over the world, or you are currently residing here?
So I left Poland last year in March or April. I don't remember exactly. And the plan was just to travel all over and to see world because most of my life I was living just in Poland, and I was very bored. And I came here like by just a chance. Like I'm entrepreneur, so I'm doing some stuff, and I found that here you can pay 1% tax.
Yeah.
And that's why I came here. And now I try to leave Georgia. I was living in Tbilisi, and I was planning to go to just for Euro trip. First through Turkey, then Bulgaria, Albania, Macedonia, and a few others. And they just stopped me on the border.
They stopped you at the border?
Yes.
Oh, what was the reason?
Because I have Georgian car.
Yeah.
And I can't
know.
live with this car.
That's what happened to me. I bought a car in Latvia. Oh no, we bought a car in Germany. And then we wanted to take it here. But for some reason, but it was not for some reason. I think that was the law that came out recently, the last year, that you cannot enter with an old transit car in Georgia.
Yes.
If the car is over 10 years old, I guess.
Yeah.
So we had to go back to Latvia, register it there, and then come back here. And now we're planning to go back to Latvia again through all of these countries. But I have kind of implemented it at my work. And we will be traveling, and at the same time me visiting theaters and museums to prepare for my book release, English through Drama. But that's going to be in fall, so it's kind of both.
So how do you find this? Like, you have already like schools that you are working with all over the place, or are you like just by traveling you find those places?
Most of the times I'm doing it in advance. For example, Baku, Azerbaijan, they already know me as a theater director, kids theater director, and whenever I apply with a different kind of projects, they just agree and they wait for me whenever I'm there. So most of the times I am January through March, I'm in Azerbaijan, I'm in Baku. So I try to somehow, like spread my work according to the maybe weather, because it's too hot in Georgia and Azerbaijan in summer. So I try to be in Sweden or Latvia during the summer months. That's what we are going to do right now. So I'm leaving on Saturday with this trip dedicated to my books from Georgia through Turkey. So that's Greece, Spain, Switzerland, France, Belgium, Germany, Poland, Lithuania, and Latvia.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot, 12 countries. We've
How long? How long?
15 days only. So yeah, that's quite a short period of time.
15 days
From
in every country, or
no
12 countries in 15
12
days?
countries. Can you
Wow.
imagine 12 countries? You know why? Because some countries are super expensive in terms of staying.
Switzerland, yeah.
Switzerland. I've been checking hotels in Milan. So then France. But the part that we'll be passing through, it's not that expensive comparing to Paris, for example.
But you are driving all the way?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, driving and combining it with online work as well.
So it will be like 5,000 kilometers or even more?
Yeah, a little bit less, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. Last time it was for around 4,000 here, and then back to Latvia, and then back again. But still, I got explored so many places, especially not just theaters and museums, but cultural heritage sites, houses and buildings, or cathedrals that are over 500 years old. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I share with my kids. That's my personal project, or my online school that I run. Apart from that, that's what you've been asking. The countries, how do I work with different places and different countries? I just apply in advance, a year in advance or 6 months in advance, that I'm going to be in Riga, for instance, September through November, and I want to stage a classical play or like number of drama classes, master classes for kids aged 8-15, or for primary school students, middle school students, doesn't matter. Yeah, and once I get the confirmation, then
So course, it's easy. Like you just come for a day or two and you teach them. But like if you want to stage drama or something, how do you do it? You have to stay for longer, right?
This is why I'm choosing the countries when I can stay for free. Most of the times, these are my 4 countries. Latvia, where I grew up. I spent my first 17 years were in Latvia, so my parents still live there. Then I moved to Baku, Azerbaijan, and I have a place to stay there all the time whenever I go to Baku. Then Georgia, Tbilisi and Batumi, 2 places. 2 locations. Yeah, and Sweden. Sweden is the most challenging, I would say, because the place we are staying is 2 hours from Stockholm, and it's quite challenging. The logistic is not that good. Trains, I would say. Subway is perfect, amazing, but the train schedule sometimes.
So how it all started that you because it sounds like I never met a person who is like you. It sounds like you don't have a normal place to stay. You are not like half a year or almost a full year in one place. You're just traveling all the time.
Yeah.
That's very
right now.
very
Yes,
nice.
but that's eventually I will reside in maybe Georgia, or who knows, maybe
but,
in Poland, maybe in another country. Nobody knows. But for this year and for the upcoming at least 2 years, because I have already planned them, that's these 4 countries.
But how it all started, like since you were a child, you were traveling like that?
So we lived in Riga, and then we moved to, me and my parents and my sister, we moved to Baku. So I graduated the university there and worked in an English-speaking school for 17, 18 years. And then, like that's all started in 2014, I guess, when my close friend wanted to open a hostel somewhere, not somewhere in one of the Caucasian countries or Turkey. It was quite expensive to rent a place in Turkey. So she went to Tbilisi. I said, wow, great. I love Georgia. Amazing. Let's do it. So we opened a small boutique hotel back then, 2014, on Rustaveli. And I would go to Tbilisi every single weekend from Baku. And this is how it all started. I started, like make all this networking with the English-speaking schools in Tbilisi. So the second country was obviously Georgia, where I had some kind
And
of
what's your nationality?
Azerbaijani.
Azerbaijani.
Yeah. So I ran drama classes there, and then I proposed to stage like mini performances, and then I went to Latvia. My close friend, she's a drama teacher as well. She runs a drama theater school. She invited me to run a number of drama classes there. Then when we were in Stockholm, there were some kind of Sunday schools and another English-speaking school, and the only official Azerbaijani theater located in Stockholm. So I've been working with them too. It's most of the times kind of, I just
It's just
email.
happening.
It's happening when you are planning.
But are you planning? Did you plan this?
All the time.
Okay.
Yeah. But I plan this. But the thing that I haven't planned, that was, my third country, Stockholm, after Georgia. My daughter, it's from here and there. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So it's 2000. It was 2019, I guess, 1 year before the pandemic. My daughter got a scholarship, and she lived in the US for 1 year. And this is when I thought, like, that's it. I have to quit this full-time job. It's so boring, working 9 to 6, 9 to 5 every single day, weekends, and you just, as a robot, just like non-stop repeating the every next week, month, year. I don't want to live that like that anymore. I just want, even if I don't have anything during my summer months, my salary, or when I have my vacation, I was still getting paid. I don't want it anymore. I just want to start something new and to work as a freelancer, as a theater director, freelancer, working with different English-speaking schools everywhere.
Yeah, for me, it was like it was a goal, like to just be free.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So I every September and October, Tbilisi runs an international theater festival, and I already quit my job. I came to Georgia just to get inspired from this theater festival. The end of September, the beginning of October. And this is how it happened. I met a man from Azerbaijan in Tbilisi that asked me, hey, Ilaya, what are your plans for this year? And that was the time when I literally didn't know what were my plans. I said, I don't know. I quit my job. My daughter is in the US. I couldn't stay there longer, more than 3 months because of visa. So I have nothing to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I will probably go to my father in Riga and stay there a month or two, and we'll see.
But I think that's amazing place to be like that. So you have options. You can think what you want. Most people don't have that.
Yeah, and that's what when he said, like, why don't you go to Stockholm? And we were planning to go to Sweden, by the way. Why? I said that I'm planning to go to Stockholm. Maybe we'll be living there for a year or two. And he said, my very close friend She has recently opened a theater, and Azerbaijani theater in Stockholm, and you can maybe stage some kind of Azerbaijani fairy tales or plays, classical plays in English language to promote Azerbaijani culture somewhere at festivals, children theater festivals. I said, wow, that's amazing, that's great. And this is how it started with Sweden. Yeah.
Do you get like sponsorships from Azerbaijani government or something?
Not yet.
I think you should. You could
Yeah,
get that, I think.
yes, I could get. Yeah, that's what I've been told many times.
Because
by
like
the way.
Azerbaijani is not very well-known country.
Yeah,
And
correct.
yeah, they definitely need promotions. I met only one person from Azerbaijan. He was like working for me when I had the pizzeria in Warsaw, and he was like very, very nice guy, very like friendly. People in Poland many times are negatively. They have negative emotions when somebody has darker skin or something. Like they are just racist.
Yeah.
and like I liked him a lot, and he recently asked me to come to Azerbaijan, and I need to go there. Would you recommend something? Where should I go? Where should I see?
Wow, I would recommend you so many things. You know, whenever I'm in Azerbaijan, I miss something from Georgian cuisine or like Georgian's customs. Whenever I'm in Latvia, I'm missing Azerbaijan. Whenever I'm in Sweden, this is all this kind of cross curriculum thing. Yeah, in Azerbaijan, I would highly recommend the Azerbaijan breakfast. I would say it's the best one. The best.
What is it?
It's a set of small, tiny, plates with over 20 items on it. Like you have this kind of white cheese, then another type of cheese, then fried eggs with a tomato, which is very popular as a Azerbaijani breakfast, then sausages, dried fruits, nuts. But they bring it in a huge tray. It looks amazing. It smells amazing.
Is it shared?
And most of the times when you go to the restaurant, they serve either a breakfast for two or a breakfast for four, and it's quite cheap. You pay around €15 for this huge tray for two people, or like twice, like double for four. And the tea, an Azerbaijani tea. They bring it in a special armudu stekane. It is called like a pear cup. It has. It is like the shape of a pear. Why? Because warm and hot water stays longer there, and you just hold it. You should hold it this way,
like a ceremony.
The cultural thing, exactly, the ceremony. This, and of course, lamb. Wow, I'm talking and watering. It's amazing. The best lamb ever. And if you ever decide to go to the restaurant and order shashlik, kebab, yeah? Yes, I would recommend to order sabat. Like they bring this ribs as a huge crown on a table, cut it in front of you.
Wow.
Yeah.
As comparison, is it like cheaper? Like how would you compare prices in Azerbaijan?
In Azerbaijan with
other countries we've been like, of course, like Stockholm or Switzerland, it will be very expensive. But like Georgia, maybe Latvia.
Yeah, I would say, last years, I would say Georgia is becoming more and more expensive, because my first visit to Georgia was in 2014, 13, 14. It was super cheap the back then. And
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah, and I could literally spend just €25 per weekend. So I've been staying at my hostel, and for these 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, €25 for,
wow.
Yeah, like just staying, maybe eating khachapuri,
For staying and food?
No. I was staying for free,
Okay.
as always,
Okay.
because I ran back then a hostel and hotel, 2 in 1. Now, I really sometimes think that Riga is cheaper than Georgia and some places in Baku too. So if you take in general, Baku is quite expensive city, but the salaries are good too.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you decide to work there, or yeah, if they hire you, they're gonna give you a good salary. Yes.
Let's take a short break. I will go for our coffee and
Yeah, no worries.
water.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they forgot about us.
So it's another apart hotel, right? This area, I guess.
Yes,
My
it's like it is a hotel, and some people have here like apartments. You can buy apartment here.
Yeah.
So I didn't know before that I never seen this model before, that you can like somebody is building a hotel, and they are selling to investors
Yeah.
the apartments.
Yeah. The same.
It's
Yeah.
very popular here.
It's super popular here.
And you told me that you are renovating some
Yeah,
apartment.
they're the same apart hotel, but there were two options to either buy fully renovated apartment that was quite expensive. I mean, not that expensive, but still. And I thought that I would do it all by myself. I don't want to do it to like have the same apartment with the same walls and furniture as others. So that's what I'm doing it. But unfortunately, I will not finish it within the next 3 days, and I'm leaving on Saturday already on my huge trip.
How long it took you to? When did you buy it, and how long are you renovating it?
I bought it once I finished with my apartment in Tbilisi. That was in 2018. The next year, no, it was the pandemic year, 2020. Yeah, but unfortunately, the price was super high. I was talking to the administration, I think 3 or 4 times, so I can pay 5% of the amount, of the total amount, as the first payment, instead of 20%. They agreed finally, I think, just to get rid of me, because I've been calling and begging them, like, please do me a favor. My
But
credit
still,
history
it's
is
nice
yeah,
they let you do that.
yeah. That was, they had like just 2 small apartments left, and one of them was the one I'm renovating
In
right
Tbilisi
now.
or Batumi?
Here in
Batumi.
Batumi, yes. But my credit history was quite good in Tbilisi, and just I printed and showed them everything. Yeah, I said yes.
And how did you choose apartment in Tbilisi, or what district, what constructor, developer? How did you choose it? Because it's very tricky.
Super tricky, when we run the hotel in 2014, and then in a couple of years, my friend, co-founder, she had to move to the Netherlands, to Amsterdam. So I should have either quit my job in Baku, my school, and move to Tbilisi to continue this business, hotel business, but I didn't want to, because I love my job and that's what I like to do. And we just sold our hotel as a business. And my friend told me, I will not give you your part of money, because you're gonna spend it in a day in a shopping mall or somewhere else. No, Ilaya, we're gonna buy an apartment, and that's gonna be the first payment.
Nice.
Yeah, yes, like
You have very good friends.
a very good friend, right? So that's what we did. We've been looking for different places and recommendations from locals, and there was Dihomey region, you know that area,
Yes.
the American embassy. And right behind the American embassy, uh, Green Diamond Company, they've started building this a set of buildings with a pool, and the infrastructure is amazing. And I think in 2021, in 2018, they got I don't know, medal or like diploma, the first prize for being like for building the best infrastructural area
Hmm.
with shops, with playground for kids.
What is it?
Green Diamond,
Green
that's the
Diamond.
name.
Hmm.
Yes, so it's uh, 8 buildings with everything in the yard. So that's a playground for small kids. That's a basketball ground. That's like outside fitness kind of hall. Pool, number of cafes,
And what was the, if it's
everything.
not, if it's okay, what was the price for a square meter?
Um, Back then, it was below 1,000 something. But you know, like
Very good.
the first payment was 10%, which was 3,000 something, 3,003 or 400. All of my apartments are small because I have to pay, all these facilities every single year, and then you have to clean this apartment if it's too big. It's
Yeah.
not what I like to
But are
do.
you renting it or is it just?
No,
No,
no, no, I
just for
don't.
you.
It's just, I thought that I would be renting it, but I love it so much because this is my first apartment that I bought on my, like projects on my school salary. That was sometimes super challenging. And I had this limited time, 4 years. Yeah, but it was fully renovated, plus kitchen furniture, which was
Nice.
quite
Yeah.
good. Yeah, and they are building right now the second um, Green Diamond 2. It's gonna call, and I think that they have sold all of the apartments.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's quite
over
hard
there.
to find a good
Hmm.
developer
Yeah,
in Georgia. Like there is a lot of developers
a
and a
lot.
lot of new buildings, but quality is not always there.
Hmm.
And I think right now also the prices are much higher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
much higher. Correct. It's but still, it's good that Georgia gives this opportunity for tourists, for not Georgian citizens, to buy an apartment, because like I am a citizen of a different country. I didn't have a permanent job there here, but still they agreed to sell it. Of course, they have a it's still profitable for me because once I stop paying, they just take it back,
Yeah.
and that's it. They just cancel the contract.
And I think there are some 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 plans where you don't have to take credit from, like you don't have to take loan. You
Hmm.
can just pay it through like 4 years, I
Yeah, that's
think.
what I've been doing. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I pent, with Green Diamond, it was like that back then. Right now, with the second project, they have a totally different option, like two options, I guess. So my option was either to pay everything all at once, or 50%, or the last one, which I chose 10% in advance. Then the rest amount I had to pay within 36 months, I guess. 36 months. And once they gave me when they gave me keys, I had to pay the rest, 60%
Uh-huh.
of the amount. That was
So yeah,
that was
that's different. Yeah.
that's different.
But
Yeah.
still, like it's good that you even can do it,
Yeah,
because in most countries, like prices and
prices are different.
credits are,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
loans
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
very
Very,
hard to
very
get.
high. Exactly. Yeah.
Let's talk more about your traveling,
Hmm.
because you traveled a lot. How many? Do you know how many countries have you been in?
Oh,
No.
no, I've never been to Asian countries, but I want to
Some people
travel
say
there.
Georgia is
Yeah.
Asia, so like, but far
Yes.
Asia, right?
Yeah. 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 I want to go and live in Australia for a year. So hopefully, I just I've already explored. There are a lot of English-speaking schools, and they might be interested in drama too. Canada, Finland. And I've been there just once, but I like that country so much, Helsinki. So it's US. Five,
Your
six.
daughter is studying there, right?
No, she's studying in Belgium already.
in Belgium.
Back then, she got a scholarship. She lived there for a year, but when the pandemic, she moved back to she moved to Sweden after the US. She didn't like it that much, living there that much, because comparing to the US people, people in Sweden are much colder, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, but in the US, they're super, super,
Open.
talkative. Yeah, open.
Azerbaijan is also like that?
Yeah, exactly. Whenever I go to visit my sister in Chicago, I feel like I'm in Azerbaijan because all are the same. Yeah, and they have a very strong Azerbaijani community there. So it's in the US, 5 or 6 states, and most of the European countries. I guess I haven't been to Portugal yet, but I was recommended. Like,
yes,
I have to visit.
I highly recommend to you Madeira.
Madeira.
It's
Yeah.
I think it's the best place I've been in. It's this beautiful island, and everything is green. There are waterfalls and beautiful beaches, and amazing place.
So Portugal, and I haven't been to I think Luxembourg too. I haven't been there, but all the rest countries I've been, but maybe 15 or 10 years ago. But everything changes so much. What I like to do, my must see, must feel, and must see are, of course, theaters and museums and food, national food. But that's what people do most of the
Do you
times.
have like favorite place where you like to be the most, or is it more random? You just like to travel?
Of course, considering my plans and like budgeting, I prefer more staying in kind of cheaper countries, European countries, where you can pay for the hotel up to €50, and it's a good price. And in some places, in Poland, for example, I've been staying 2 years ago. We went there for a New Year, and we rent a part hotel that was a part studio with a kitchen, and the price was €35 per night. It was amazing.
In what city?
I don't remember the name of the city, but I know that Wizz Air flies there.
Okay.
We've got cheap Krushovice. Krushovice? Krushovice. It's not
Katowice?
Katowice, I'm sorry.
Maybe Katowice, yeah.
Katowice, exactly.
That's
Katowice.
That's cheaper, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a flight from Tbilisi, from Kutaisi to Katowice. Super cheap. And I paid.
And what do you think about Poland? Like, honestly, what do you think about Poland?
No, I liked it because it's, not the Warsaw, but the second big Krakow. Yeah, it was super crowded, very crowded, and you cannot walk in the city center. So many people. Katowice was quiet, but it doesn't have that many maybe ancient places and buildings, places to visit and explore. But it was quite quiet. It was quiet, and I liked a lot different kind of pubs there. The styles and the atmosphere in pubs. Loved it a lot.
And like alcohol culture is
alcohol country. Nalivka, or how do you call it?
Bimber, maybe.
Yeah,
it's very strong alcohol.
Yeah, strong alcohol. It's vodka with different kind of flavors.
Mhm.
Wow, amazing! You just take a couple of shots. That's it.
And you are done.
You're done, right? That's right. So, what else? Yeah, Poland. I liked it.
It's hard for me to really give like good, like objective opinion about Poland because I'm Polish.
Yeah,
So
yeah. from
I'm
Poland.
just wondering what do you think about this? But people like, if you are from Azerbaijan, then like probably you can see that people are more closed in Poland than in Azerbaijan.
More closed.
Yeah, like more shy maybe. Or
Yeah, this in this
yeah.
way closed. Yes, I think comparing to Georgian and Azerbaijani people and the US people, all the rest
Yeah.
super close. Latvia. So I've been living and studying there. My parents still live there. So it's a huge difference. Whenever I go to visit my friend in Baku and I haven't seen them or her for even just a month, they set a huge table with everything. But when I go to my Latvian friend, for example, we have a cup of tea. But that doesn't mean that she loves me less. It's just the cultural thing, It's just the cultural. Yeah. But, from the other side, during the pandemic, it's quite good, this cultural thing, because Sweden, I think, was one of the maybe the only country in the world that didn't have this pandemic situation. Why? Because people respect distance and they don't hug, they don't. A lot, I would say. Of course, they do, the close ones. But usually, when you meet a person, you don't hug and kiss 100 times, like in Azerbaijan, for example. This is why the pandemic years in Baku were super challenging, because people in Azerbaijan, we Azerbaijanis, we got used, like to shake hands, to touch each other, to go to
And
each other.
Azerbaijan was closed. Like had people.
Yes,
Everything
yes.
was closed. Yeah.
Everything was closed, and there was even a period where you could go out for 2 hours within the day.
Wow.
Yeah, like we got messages. I was in Baku back then. Couple of months in Baku, then back to Sweden, and it was like a different planet, Once I landed, my plane landed in Stockholm, everything is open, schools are working, people are.
Yeah, but
Okay.
like I think they just maybe recognize that the pandemic is overblown.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of countries that were very scared.
Yes.
And everything was closed. But I think they just recognize that.
That's it.
Yeah.
All fake. Yeah.
Can you tell me more about your books? You told me
Yeah.
that you have books, right?
Yes, I'm planning to.
We can put in the descriptions if you have like.
Yeah. I've been thinking about my books for so many years because, for this last, I would say, 3-4 years, I'm working and living on 4 countries. And I wanted to share my what I see, what I explore while traveling with my kids, with my students. And I thought, why not to just write a book during my summer vacations, because I'm most of the times free. I have nothing to do and I'm dying of it. So it's going to be a set of English through drama books. What's that? That's like learning English language, but through theater, through drama, through cultural heritage sites, through national cuisine and so on. And this is a good excuse to eat a lot during my travel, upcoming
You
travel.
don't look like you eat a lot.
Yeah, because I punish myself and I don't eat. Like eat a lot the entire day and then I don't eat.
Yeah.
Unless I get the numbers I need.
That's good system.
Yeah. It's good, but it's not that healthy.
Yeah, I know.
So one of the books gonna be about cultural heritage sites. I'm super interested in buildings that are over 300 years old.
So you're still writing those books?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm still writing. I have started the writing. It's just from here and there for now, but hopefully in July and August, when I will be totally free from all of my projects, I will sit and just finish everything after this second part of my trip. And the second part includes 12 countries, again, theaters, museums, national food, and the cultural heritage sites, places with over 300 years old, with some kind of descriptions, new phrases for children, because most of the times I'm teaching both to native speakers and to the ones who use other languages at home. English is a second or sometimes even third language for them. And what I always do and ask them to learn is dive in the language. Yeah, just switch off the other ones. I have Azerbaijani, Russian, like Latvian when I'm in Latvia, and you just have to somehow.
So if you could give like somebody who is maybe not very advanced in English, like few tips how to get better as fast as possible.
Oh, that's watching documentary movies, I would say. Number one, series, not just a movie, because it's once in a while. But if you're watching series, you are getting addicted.
Yes.
And you just keep watching them.
That was my experience. I just started watching The Simpsons. It's very simple language, and it's like every season has like 20 or something episodes. So you can do it every day, just one or two, and you will get better.
But it's not for kids, I guess. I don't remember. I remember Simpsons.
Yeah,
Can I recommend
you are
students?
more like for
for
students. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yes, and that's correct. So it's most of the times Netflix, Disney. That's what I recommend my kids. And the second, my performances, because it's muscle memory. What I keep telling is like just repeat all over again whatever what you hear or you read. You should be reading aloud, because when you are not reading aloud, you just involve one sense. You just see the book. You just read.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, yes. And one of the methods in my theater with my plays is English through senses, through 5 senses. If you have to watch, you have to read, you have to listen, and then you have to repeat it, because when you are repeating, your muscles remember and kind of fix it in this muscle memory.
So even if you have like simple sentences, but you are repeating
them all over again,
it make you more comfortable with language, with accent.
Yeah, because my parents, my students' parents, they keep wondering how come they hate homework. My son hates homework. He doesn't want to learn English like topic at school. But when it comes to the theater play, they learn it by heart, and they're amazing on the stage, because we rehearse it 50 times, I don't know, like 25 times, and this phrase kind of getting fixed in their brain. And when in a different situation there is something related to their character from the play, they just kind of remember the words, the phrases. Yeah, that's it. So it's just learning aloud, reading aloud, and watching documentaries. Yeah. That's what I've been doing most of the time, because I have to, not a native speaker, and I have to, revise, repeat, and learn. And
I started not so long ago. Started learning Spanish, and like it's hard. Like from the starting another language is like how you say it, first putting foundations. First steps are very hard. Then when you start to understand some words, you can like, even when you are listening to a song or you see something written in those languages, it's much easier, but at first it's hard.
What about Georgian language?
I don't even try.
I don't know why, but like I didn't know Azerbaijani language, by the way, very good when I lived in Latvia. But my father ran this Azerbaijani school for people from Azerbaijan, just to not forget language and to remember things. So it's kind of, maybe it's genetically, because I'm originally from Azerbaijan. I could learn it. When I moved to Azerbaijan, it was quite easy for me. Still, I don't speak academic language. My Latvian was always good, but I didn't live in Latvia for at least for I think around 20 years. And whenever I go back there again and again, I hear the language. I understand 99%. But when it comes to speaking, since I was not using it, was not practicing, again, muscle memory. I don't have it anymore. It's a little bit challenging, but still I remember everything. Georgia, I visit Georgia and I live here for 2-3 months for over 10 years. But still, it's just Ori, Erci, Sami, Huti, and I think that's it.
Gamar, Joba, Madloba, and that's
it. We would run, when we run the hotel, and my daughter, that's so super funny. I keep telling it everywhere. When guests would come and just ask about the pricing and the rooms, instead of Gamar Joba, she would always say Barjomi.
Barjomi?
Barjomi. The name
like
of
water,
mineral water. She just mixed it up. The same me. I sometimes mix the words up and I think like, wow, what did I say? That was totally different.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about Georgian language that nobody, like, maybe it's not, I don't know if it's that hard, but nobody wants to try to learn it, maybe because of different alphabet also.
Yeah.
So yeah, but people, when I met different Georgians and they always ask me, are you learning language? Like, they wanted me to learn the language.
The same. Yeah, I've been talking to my plumber right now and he said, you have to learn Georgian.
So how many languages do you know?
Russian, Azerbaijani, English, and Latvian. But hopefully, I go to Latvia for 6 months now, and I will hopefully come to my previous level, because right now I'm not very, satisfied, I would say, with my Latvian language.
I think we will slowly go to the end. Can you recommend, like, in countries that you live, some places for people to just see, like in Georgia, in Azerbaijan,
Sweden and Latvia? Yeah. So let's start from Latvia. Latvia, that's the central area. The bazaar area is amazing.
Bazaar is like
bazaar. It's where you can buy. It's kind of a big, huge grocery.
What city?
Riga.
In Riga.
Yeah, in Riga, the capital. So so many types of bread with everything inside. That's what I love. I'm obsessed with, and I miss so much when I'm not in Latvia. Dairy products, sausages, and bread. So
everything
that's
is
Latvia.
Natural,
everything
right?
is natural, and everything is so tasty. And I love it. So bazaar, you can buy everything over there, and these amber shops, they are quite expensive in the city center. So I would not recommend to buy anything in the city center, like 5 times more, I would say. But if you go to some kind of small shops, or just old women who are selling the small pictures and amber accessories.
In Poland also amber is very popular.
Very popular too, yeah. So it's amber, but still bazaar, the puppet theater. When it comes to cultural program, yeah, so the puppet theater is very old, and it was renovated recently, I think last year, with a lot of interesting performances for children and adults. This aqua park in Riga, it's not in Riga, it's closer to Jurmala, 20 kilometers away from Riga. It's the biggest in Baltic countries, as far as I know. Maybe there is another one that has been recently built. But as far as I know, it's the biggest one in Baltic countries. And really, you can literally stay there for entire day with so many different kind of pools. It's a good place to entertain for family. A number of pubs. That's what I love about Riga too. What else? Seaside, Jurmala, of course. The seaside is amazing. You have to try sweet sausage, saldadesa, whenever you're in Riga. It is. I've been checking the recipe, and I just um, saw the video on YouTube that the guy said that it's the same, similar to Italian dessert. So maybe Italians say that that's their
Is
sweet
sausage? Is
sausage.
the...
It looks like a sausage.
but it's
with
not a sausage.
It's not a sausage. It's a
Okay.
dessert with dried foods. It's made of cookies, like cacao cookies, dried fruits, and nuts. It's very yummy. So that's what I would highly recommend.
Okay, now Azerbaijan.
And Lido, Riga,
Okay.
and Lido is this restaurant. Very, very, yeah, the price is great. Prices are great too. So you can eat up to maybe 12 or 13 euro per person, and everything is everything is traditional and national. So Lido, Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is best in breakfasts, as I told you. So it's huge tray with 25 plates, everything on it, mostly cheese, different kind of types of cheese and eggs, and kuku. It's a traditional Azerbaijani breakfast. What is it? It's different herbs, 3-4 types of herbs mixed with omelette with eggs. Yes, and of course lamb. So if you like meat, if you're not a vegetarian,
That's exactly for me.
yeah, yes. So when it comes to cultural program, definitely I would recommend the Marionette Theater. It's in the city center. The puppets were made, if I'm not mistaken, in Estonia or Lithuania. Yeah, so they have 3 or 4 plays. Layli Mejnun by a famous Azerbaijani poet, Nizami Gencevi, and some others. So a lot of different kind of places. Free places. There are a lot of free places. For example, there is a contemporary art space Yarat that has 2 locations. Right in the city center, behind the Ichari Sheher metro station. It's the last station. Metro station. Right behind it, there is a Yarat 2-store building with different kind of exhibitions that are changing every 2 months, and it's free. And Yarat, another location next to the national flag, and they have concerts, different kind of master classes, both for kids and adults. Everything is for free. So that's what I would recommend. That's Baku. What I miss when I am not in Baku, yeah, that's mostly this and my friends and my students.
Food first.
Food, yeah, food. Georgia Khachapuri, I love Khachapuri. All types of Khachapuri, Meriti.
Which one is your favorite?
That depends. First I thought it's Algerian, but then last month I mostly order Megrelian Khachapuri. So maybe next month it's gonna be back to Algeria, but not Emiratian one, if I pronounce it correctly. Emirati Khachapuri, I think it's the one with the just cheese on the top. It doesn't have cheese inside, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Yeah. So here I would say, and wine. We live in Poti, which is 50 kilometers from Batumi, and whenever we go home, I just go outside of the grocery, neighbors meeting us with a big bottle of wine, and that's another present. And that's happening every single day.
Yeah, and those like homemade wines are so cheap, and
Yeah.
I tried those like company made
Yes.
and the homemade, and homemade are much better.
Yeah, much better. So this is super dangerous to stay in Georgia for a long period of time,
Yeah.
especially when you have a lot of plans for the upcoming, I don't know, 2, 3, 5 years, because wine is amazing here.
You can party too much.
Yeah, you can party too much. So, and Sweden, what I like about Sweden is different types, I would say, different format of theaters. I've been there in different kind of performances. It's a different approach, different perspective. That's what I like about it in my profession. Yeah, when I go and just walk around or visit some places. When it comes to food, what it's mostly meatballs with potatoes. I don't like it that much. But semla, that's the Swedish dessert. It's kind of buns with caramel cream in between and nuts, something similar to that. Semla, you just can Google
Samla?
it. Yeah, semla, but super delicious. Very, very, I would say, like full. So you eat half of it, and you're full. You don't need more. And sausage is quite good too. And I am obsessed. I love salmon a lot, and you can sometimes buy salmon. They are very cheap, so like 100 kron per kilogram, which is not even 10 euro. Yeah, that's amazing. And when I see this price, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happening like every day, but once I see this kind of discounts, we buy 2, 3, 4 pieces, and we just eat salmon weeks.
Yeah, that's
We
very
just
cheap.
think, yeah, that's super cheap. That's
And
what I like.
probably good quality, right?
Very good
Because they have
quality.
it naturally.
Yes, yeah.
But what about like, do you have favorite things to do in Sweden?
In Sweden,
You are there in summer, right?
Yeah. Most of the times in summer. I just check the Facebook groups, experts in Stockholm, whatever is happening in English language, and just visit. It's group master classes or something else. So we just meet, hang out. There was an internations. I think there was such kind of a platform, network for getting in touch with people from all around the world, and was I joined this platform 10, 15 years ago, and through this platform I could meet a lot of people in Stockholm, and they are still in touch with me, and we're good friends. So yeah, so it's mostly people of the same area, the cultural, art area, or like my age, maybe something that we have in common, so we can, talk and
Yeah.
have fun together.
Did we skip any country?
No, I guess Sweden, Latvia, Georgia,
And
Georgia,
Azerbaijan, yes.
Yes, yeah,
So I think we have all.
yes, I think so.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ilya.
You're welcome.
I think you are a very interesting person. You have amazing life. You are pretty free from what I see. And I wish you all the luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.